go, family. So if you don't know, you need to know. Wash your hands before you do anything. I've already washed my hands. And these are the lentils. And you gotta wash your lentils, man. If you can pick out any bad bits, I'm not gonna do it with these because they're quite fine. But wash your lentils. Get all the starch, all the grit, dirt, grime. Get it off, man. And wash everything. So it's me, food prepping, washing my lentils, get ready for cooking. Rinse. Okay guys, you see all of this, that's starch coming off the rice. You see how cloudy the water is? So you got to wash your rice, guys. You know, it's important because you don't want all this starch in your diet. Too much starch can wreak havoc on the body. So you just add some cold water, give the rice a quick wash, let it sit for 2 or 3 minutes, pour the water out, add some more fresh water, and you want to do this process until the water is clear. It might take 3 or 4 times or to repeat this process, but it's one that you need to do, yeah? And remember, wash your rice. Okay, so my rice is on the boil. So you want to do that. My rice is there and my lentils is here. So you want to put this on maximum heat, yeah? Crank it up and bring both to the boil. And just cover it with a lid, bring it to the boil, and then once it's come to the boil, then you want to just turn it right down and just let it simmer until it's cooked. So this is another need to know, guys. If you don't know about this, you better know. Coconut cream, yeah? You put coconut cream in your rice, and I'll add a little bit into my lentils. But coconut cream, it just transforms rice and it just makes it taste delicious, yeah? So this is an old West Indian thing, yeah? Coconut cream, and that's the brand I'm using. If you ain't got coconut cream, you could use coconut milk, but the cream is better, alright? Okay, so for illustration purposes, I've got 2 chunks of coconut cream here. So you can chop this up so that it can dissolve into the pot with the water, but I'm just going to throw it in there because I've already got 2 hands and I'm holding the camera, as you can see. So I use this big piece here. It's a nice knob of coconut cream, and this smaller piece here, it looks big but it's not that big. Just drop it in the water there. And that will melt as the pot gets hotter and the water gets hot. Alright, catch you on the flip side. One more thing I forgot to tell you guys about. Pink Himalayan salt, man. You know, a great source of minerals. Pink Himalayan salt. And this is what I use to cook. So I'm going to put, say, about a tablespoon into my rice and into the lentils. So you need about a tablespoon of this, yeah? And when I say tablespoon, I mean this. This is a tablespoon. And that is a teaspoon. So those are the size in comparison, right? So throw that one away. We're going to use this one, yeah? 1 level tablespoon of salt, boom, and into the lentils, boom. And that's just gonna bring out the flavour, man, I'm telling you. With the coconut cream, it's gonna taste delicious. So that's my spring greens chopped up. So you wanna dice it up as fine as you can. And then I'm gonna put them into my basket here and I'm gonna give them a good wash. One of my favourite knives. Okay guys, so my spring greens. So this is 1 bag of spring greens. And I've chopped it all up nicely. Now I'm just gonna rinse them off, give them a good soak, good wash with some running water. Turn that down a bit. Splash my oil. So you gotta wash your veg, guys, you know, get all the pesticides off, the chemicals off, you know, and just any insects that might be in it, you know, you just rinse it off. Some people tend to wash it first. I just chopped it up because I inspected it anyway, so I just chopped it up first and wash it after. Because the way I'm going to prep this food, you're going to see how I prep this food, because none of this green stuff is going to be cooked. I'm just prepping at the moment. So when I prep the food, then I'm going to show you how I'm going to store it, and when I'm ready to eat it, how I will cook it. So I'll get back to the washing. Yeah? Wash your fruits, guys. Wash your veg, guys. 5 red onions. And 5 red onions, all chopped. Okay, so now we've got 5 white onions, medium size, and 1 head of garlic, 1 whole garlic. So let's get to cutting. And that's all my onions chopped. So the next thing I'm going to do is we want to put all the onions together in this bowl. So I've got the spring onions already, they're in there at the bottom, and we want to transfer all this garlic. Just grab the handful, throw it in there, try not to drop any, you know. So I'm just grabbing the onions by the handful and getting them in the pot. So once you've got them in the bowl, all your onions together, you're just gonna mix it up with your hand. I still got a big chunk there. You're gonna mix it all up with your hand and get all the onions and the garlics all blended together nicely. So I'm gonna crack on with that. Ooh, there you go. So my rice is done. So I don't want that to sweat anymore. So you take the lid off, let the steam escape and let it cool down. And my lentils, ooh, that's hot too. My lentils are done. So what I want to do, I'm just feeling the texture. If it softens between finger and thumb, then it's okay. So I've turned the heat off of that, and I'm just going to let it sit in the water for another 5 minutes, then I'll drain the water. I don't want it fully cooked because I'm still going to cook it when I prepare the meal. So you don't want to fully cook your lentils, you want to semi-cook them, yeah? But my lentils and my rice is done, man. Okay, so I've just tipped my lentils out of the pot, and you want to pour cold water in it to slow down and stop the cooking process. Yeah, because I don't want my lentils to cook fully through. I just want them semi-cooked. And that's a little bit of remnants of the coconut oil. But again, I'm washing my lentils off. I'm giving them a pre-wash, and then I'm giving them an after wash again. But this process is purely to stop the lentils cooking any further. So I cool them down and stop the cooking process by rinsing with cold water. Okay, so my lentils are drained, and I've washed them, and I've allowed them to drain off, and they're ready, and it's nice and soft. Not too soft, but pliable, yeah? You just want it semi-cooked. but that's perfect as it is. And this is 1 kg or 1 kilogram of lentils. And the rice is still cooling down. This is the rice, and the rice is cooling down. Still steam coming off it. I don't want to put it into the containers until this is fully cool. But the coconut cream has made it nice and fluffy. You know, and this is the kind of texture you want for your rice. You know, the grains are separate. You don't want it to sweat too much. So once it's cooked, again, just semi-cook it. It might be hard, but you semi-cook it because you're still gonna stir fry it when you're ready to eat it on the day. So that's the rice cooked, and that's cooling down, and the lentils, and we're ready to go. Yep. Okay, now for the jackfruit and the banana blossom. So you can see I've already opened one, and that's what the jackfruit looks like inside. And if I try and do the banana blossom, it's a bit fiddly doing this, but there's your banana blossom. So what you want to do is squeeze the water out of the banana blossom and the jackfruit, and then season it to taste. I'll show you that in the next section. Okay, so I've now drained the jackfruit and the banana blossom, and this is what it looks like. And both of these fruits, they've got a very nice meaty texture. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to shred it up, break it up in my hand with my finger and thumbs, and I'm going to season it. And I'll show you what I'm going to season it with. Okay, so I've shredded my banana blossom and jackfruit, and basically I've just got 2 forks, and I've just shredded it together to blend it all together. So that's how you shred it up. Because I'm doing such a large amount, I've had to use 2 forks, but normally you can just break it up, crumble it in between your finger and thumb. You could do it that way as well, it's not a problem. And what I'm going to season it with is, again, pink Himalayan salt and curry powder. And normally I would put some turmeric powder in it as well, but I've run out of turmeric. But I can always add that later as I'm cooking it when I'm ready to eat. So stay tuned. All seasoned. Now, how much seasoning and salt you use, that's entirely up to you. But I've put in a generous amount of curry powder because I like my food to be flavoured. And the salt, again, to this mix I've added about a tablespoon of salt, pink Himalayan salt. And that's for this whole batch here. So that's my banana blossom and jackfruit all seasoned up. So next I got all these broccolis. Now I had some broccolis left over and I've got to use them up before the sell by date. So I've got 5 heads of broccoli and the courgettes which I bought today. So I'm going to get to chopping and washing, yeah? Please. So courgettes, diced up nicely and washed. And my broccoli's all chopped up nicely, and now I'm going to wash it all off. Remember guys, wash your veg, get all those chemicals off of your vegetables. So I'm going to leave that and let it run under the tap. But I'm almost there with the food prep. Switch on the flip side. Yep.